Hey there. This is Jeff Hansen in beautiful Silicon Valley, California.
And this is Arvin Paredes in sunny Los Angeles.
How are you doing today, Arvin?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Thumbs up.
Good.
So, together, we're both full time real estate brokers licensed in California with over 40 years' experience, here to share some wisdom and learn from other people too. Actually, Arvin, you're going to start off with today's topic.
Today's topic. Okay, I think it's a good one. And I'm just gonna say it. How would one get business today? What actions can they take today to find a possible buyer, seller, investor, what have you?
Let me get this straight. Not yesterday, today.
Today, yeah.
That is very timely, and probably the advice we're going to share would be relevant different times. But yeah, keep running with that.
Yeah. So when you are a new agent, it's tougher because you don't have a lot of confidence, right? You don't have a lot of confidence because you don't have experience working with clients, but you need to get clients to be able to work with clients to get that experience and build that confidence to get more clients, right? So I think early on, a lot of agents work with buyers, right? That's kind of like it's kind of easier to find them. It's just the natural, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's different for everybody, but you just tend to gravitate towards buyers and you meet buyers more often. So I think what I did to meet buyers was just holding open houses. Held open houses, especially starting out many weekends, a lot of Saturdays, a lot of Sundays. And I enjoyed it because you really get to meet with possible clients right then and there at either, like an agent you're working with, their listing, or someone else in the office, whoever, right? They're coming to you. That's the beauty of it. You're not going out there. You're not picking up the phone. You're not like going out there to find them. They're coming to you, which makes it a little more comfortable. So I think open houses is for me, it's still a good way to meet potential clients. Um, it seems like in the last few years, a lot of people that come through open houses generally kind of have an agent already, or they say they do, or people are just used to working with realtors now when they're in that phase of buying a place. So you really want to do all that you can to get a lot of people through the door to increase your chances of finding a possible client.
Well, I'm, and by the way we're doing this, like I didn't know the topic until Arvin brought it up. In the next show, all of a topic, Arvin won't know. I won't know the topic until we start. So we'll talk about other ways for get immediate business right now, in addition to open houses. But open houses are just solid. In fact, you said for new agents, there are plenty of existing agents whose business is down, or they're relying on other things and may need to shift. Right now, it's more of a buyer's market, but in any market, open houses totally work because, like you said, it's almost like a retail situation. Like if you like new construction, or retail selling shoes or clothes, you stand there and people walk in. So you don't. It doesn't take a lot of perseverance because you don't have to go knock on that door or go make that call, right? Which is hard to overcome. You just get planted. You sit there and they come to you, and you also have some credibility because at a minimum, whoever's coming in is aware somehow you were given the responsibility of holding this. Someone gave you the keys to a house for sale, right? So if you have, even if it's someone else listening to the consumer, you have a listing, you have credibility, whatever your level of experience, right?
Yeah.
So very effective. And actually, you mentioned that more people have agents in my area. I've noticed that over the last number of years. Also, more buyers that come through, I think, are serious. I think years and years ago used to be you'd have a lot of people through that just kind of just casually looking just for fun. I feel like a greater percent are more serious. I do feel like a greater percent have an agent already, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a numbers game. And there are certainly enough people that come through that are not connected with an agent and that are open to meeting someone and needing help. And actually, a great question I mean, I'll let you keep going with this in a second, but great question at an open house is Kind of what's your strategy? How have you been looking for homes? And then, how's that working for you? Well, because we know it hasn't worked, they haven't found a house yet. So we know whatever plan they're using has not been fully effective, even if they think it's working great, right? So anyway, keep going.
Well, I was gonna say that actually just a little more to add on to open houses. Not only are you meeting buyers, but you have a greater chance of meeting neighbors too. So people that own homes in the neighborhood, and you get a chance to start a dialogue with those people for potential listings in the future.
Which is a great reason not to assume anything and to say, oh, you're looking at homes? Maybe just ask what brought you into the open house today,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the people that are neighbors will just be like out in the just hovering around. They might not even come ask questions. In fact, I know an agent who I used to work with, actually you and I both used to work with, who told me a story that she was an open house and someone came up to her later and said, or called her later and said, I just wanted to observe how you did your open house because I own a house down the street. And then they hired her. So you might have people there who are just observing how you do what you do, right?
Yes. So when you have the that opportunity of holding open houses, whether it's your own listing or other people's listings, you do have to be mindful in how you're conducting yourself because how you do it, people are watching and they'll remember.
Well, and if it's not your listing, it could be the seller coming through. It could be a friend of the seller, right? I had a listing once where I let another agent hold it open, and they said some negative things about the property, and it was a friend of the. Actually, I think it was the seller that came back through, and the seller was not happy, to put it mildly. So you definitely want, you don't want to say anything negative about the home. You're there to highlight the home and to meet people that can use your help.
You got to be careful because some of these neighbors or people that live in the building won't even say that they live there until maybe after you've said some things about the particular home or the neighborhood. Some of them are kind of sneaky like that.
Yeah. And one of the things I'll mention about open houses is my experience. Like I bought a house in Southern California once, a vacation home, and my wife and I went to a bunch of open houses, and that's the way. I wasn't a member of that MLS at the time. That's actually how we found the house that we bought. I was going to represent myself, so we really were buyers, and I didn't walk in and say, "Oh, I'm an agent." I just kind of walked in and we took a look. But I found as a consumer, it was a unique experience to perceive open houses as a consumer that agents were either one, way too aggressive, or two, way too passive. Either they're kind of on you, like question after question, following you through every question after question where you can't even take in those, or they're super passive where they're like watching the game in the other room. They're like, go ahead and look through. Let me know if you have any questions. Would walk through and then just leave, and they never talk to us. So you want to be in between there. You want to have be attractive to people. And attraction isn't stalking them, and it's not disinterested. It's appropriate interest, and then maybe take your energy back a little bit.
Right. Cool. Well, after doing a bunch of open houses, I got to a point where I wanted to meet with sellers. I wanted to switch up the activities, not switch it up, but add on to what else I could do to meet homeowners. And you suggested maybe you should knock on doors. And so that's what I ended up doing. I started knocking on doors in specific neighborhoods, actually a farm, right? I didn't really go everywhere to knock on doors, but I did go to knock in the same kind of neighborhood over and over. And that was a really good way to meet homeowners. And you get good exercise, and it's just like anything else in sales, it's all a numbers game. And you kind of have to just get in the car, drive there, not think about it too much, and then just hit that first door immediately.
Three, two, one, go. Three, two,
Yeah.
one, just go. Another good thing about knocking on doors, and by the way, is there a do not knock list?
No, there's not.
There's
Not that I know of.
There is not a do not. People might have no solicitation, but it's never. Cold calling is a little tricky with the do not call list, but door knocking, and especially if you don't come from a place of being super salesy, then it's very effective in any market. And you meet buyers there too, people that are looking to sell and buy in different things. Um, Very effective. The other one thing I like about door knocking too, and I've had some success doing that, is that once you start, there's just a momentum to it. You're out. You're not going to stop and look on the computer or play solitaire or whatever or go eat or something, right? Once you're out, you're walking, your car's a block away, and you decide you're going to go on this whole loop, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's a momentum to it that just keeps going and going, that where other, like if you're having a phone session where you're calling people, it's really easy to get distracted. and do follow up or, other things or paperwork or another call comes in. So that's a positive thing about, and it's free, right? Totally free. Just like open
Yep.
houses, totally free,
Yeah.
totally free. So two timeless methods. We didn't say we never didn't promise this is going to be revolutionary,
No.
but super effective. Can I add another suggestion? Well, the two others, the two ways to get to talk to people, you got to talk to a lot of people, is talk to people you know and talk to people you don't know. And I think that covers everybody, the people you know and the people you don't know. But, and for getting, meeting more buyers, especially right now, it's always helpful to meet buyers, certainly in this market, but talking to people you know, on average, you meet more buyers than sellers through referral. Um, so talking to people you know for who they know this thing about buying. I think the reason you get more referrals for buyers is because they tell their friends. When they're like, oh, someone at works, oh, we're going to buy a house, right? When people are selling, they don't always tell everybody. They don't go to work and say, oh, babe, by the way, we're selling our house, right? It's more of they're not as excited. It's not an exciting thing. But they do say they're buying, right? Like you don't say, oh, I'm selling my car, I'm so excited, but you just say, I'm buying a car, I'm looking for a car. So talking to people you know, I wouldn't obsess about exactly the script, but if you haven't talked to them a long time, just connecting on a human level, certainly asking some questions if they, how comfortable they would feel introducing you to someone. Introducing is a better word than referral. And if they have any questions about the market themselves, what their real estate plans are, what do you think?
I think you need to talk to your sphere, and your sphere needs to know what you do. If you're in the business of real estate, of selling homes, helping people buy, sell, and invest properties, your sphere is just where you can get a lot of business because they are people that know and trust you already for the most part. And they're kind of the easiest people to connect with first and start a dialogue about it. So you need to let all of those people know that you're in the business of real estate. And I don't think I think agents forget to tell their sphere that they are in real estate and that this is what you do. And, you're there to help. And, I think people just have a hard time calling their sphere and asking for they think it's asking for a favor, right? Because they want to maybe get a referral. That's their hope, or to somehow maybe for them to use you when they do something in the future. And I think people get a little weirded out by that. But when I've called my sphere, I always thought it was fun because I always thought that I would be the best person to help them because they know me the best. So I would give them the best advice that I could.
Totally.
So that's the perspective I always, went with when I call them or meet with them for lunch or coffee or whatever.
Totally. And when people hire an agent, buyer or seller, they're looking for a neighborhood expert and someone they know and trust. So with your sphere, they know and trust you. So your goal with people you know and trust is to demonstrate you're the neighborhood, you're the expert in real estate, whatever your level of experience is. A great conversation with someone is, how's it going? Oh, I was just showing a property yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also letting them know, by the way, I have room to help more people. Sometimes, like if you say, how's business? And you're like, oh, I'm so busy. You're telling them you don't need any more business, right?
Yep.
Like if I talk to a relative who's a dentist, how is it going? They're like, oh, swamped. Like I would not think of recommending them to someone else, right? But if they say, you know what, business is going really well, and I'm looking to add new clients, right? Same thing with us. We have the capacity to help more people. Do you know anybody that needs help?
Exactly. Well, and and then so on top of the sphere, what it made me think about was there's also people that you come across on a day-to-day basis in your routine, in your schedule, like in your day, that you see pretty frequently through the week. And it reminds me of your last client at a coffee shop who's the barista.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we also tend to forget all the places that we frequent, and we're not letting those people know that we're in real estate.
No.
And we probably see them more than the people in our sphere.
Right. This guy, I was totally surprised that the topic came up. I just wasn't thinking of him and buying a property at that time, but he got pre-approved and is looking to buy. But that real easy entree is just when you're having a discussion, just bring up what you do. Not like, oh, I'm a real estate broker, but just a story. Oh, what do you do? What are you doing today? Oh, I'm going to show some homes in this neighborhood. I'm meeting with the seller, meeting with a contractor to fix up a home for sale. Oh, you're in real estate. Right. Another really easy one. You heard this before from me. I heard this years ago. Is I'm a realtor and like I meet, you at a coffee place, Arvin, and you're like, man, it's really rainy today, huh? I would say, yeah, I'm a realtor and it's tough when it's raining. So
Yeah.
you just drop it in and then respond to what they said, where it's conversational. It's not like, hey, I'm in real estate. You want to talk about it? It's just, I'm a realtor and then continue the conversation. 9 times out of 10, they'll say, oh, really? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. I thought about getting it. Half of the people thought about being a realtor. Some people would, oh, how's the market? Or, it starts a conversation. So I think
Yeah.
those are great. Let's sum up. I mean, there are many other things you can do, but for immediate business, knocking on doors for sure, right? Talking to
Yep.
people that you know, doing open houses, and then talking to people wherever you're at during the day, which is harder to plan, but you want to be aware of it, right?
Be aware. Yeah. Be aware.
Be
Just be
super,
aware.
super
That's it.
aware.
Yep.
That's good advice, Arvin.
Cool.
Right on. You have a thought for the day?
I guess my thought of the day was really, if you are looking for business, then you should be conscious of that, and whoever you're talking to or plan on talking to every day of every week. Yeah, keep it top of mind.
And talk to more people. You talk to more people, good things happen, right? Just 3, 2, 1, go. Make the call. 3, 2, 1, have a conversation. I'm naturally a shy person. You got to get out of your shell and talk to people and just force yourself to do it. Have a stunning and amazing day.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Ciao for now.
Bye.